Hello everyone and welcome back to biology. Today we are continuing with our lesson on amphibians. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the characteristics of amphibians as well as the reproduction. So a very common characteristic for amphibians are the mucous gland. Now remember, amphibians are vertebrates that have lived in both water and land, which means they adapt. So they grow up into being able to live on land. Something very important is that since they are born in water, their skin is very used to being wet all the time. Meaning when they do get out of water, their skin can dry up, causing it to be fragile, to break easily, to be harmful for them. And so they have a mucous gland. The mucous gland is underneath the skin, and what it does is that it helps the skin produce mucus, so the skin will not dry out. Now, we do something similar, not like that. We don't secrete mucus through our skin, but just as an example, I don't know if I'm the only one this happens to. I doubt it, but sometimes if it's too hot outside or the air is too dry, my nose gets very dry. And I don't know if this happens to you guys, but when my nose is too dry, it tends to hurt. And my skin is dry inside, and if for any reason, if I sneeze too hard, or if I rub my nose too hard, or I pick my nose, if I pick it, it might break my skin and bleed. So that's why we have mucus in our nose. It actually protects the skin within our nose. It is inside of our body, our nostrils, and so that's why we have mucus in there to prevent it from drying out. Sometimes when we are sick or we are not feeling well, we might get a runny nose. That is because to prevent our skin from drying out as well from our nose, especially when we're blowing and blowing, when we're producing a lot of mucus. You might rub it a lot and leave it a little too dry. It might hurt. But anyways, imagine that when your skin dried like that, like your actual skin, if it hurt the same way, I imagine that's what a frog would feel like, for example. That's a very common amphibian, the frog. Speaking of frogs, we're going to learn a little bit about the reproduction of frogs. Actually, there, as you may know, are both male and female frogs, meaning that they have both male and female sex cells, eggs and sperm. Now, frogs don't reproduce sexually, but what happens is that the female frog lays eggs into the water. The male frog then goes and spreads sperm among the eggs. Now, this all happens in the water. That means it does not happen within the body of a frog. So this is called external fertilization. So the eggs are getting fertilized externally from the body. So when these eggs are fertilized, after a while, they will hatch, and out of it will come tadpoles in the water, and they will be swimming, and then they will start to develop legs, and then they will start to develop organs, and they will start to develop different things that will help them adapt to life on land as well. Okay? Now, I don't really have an assignment for you today. I just want you to tell me what you found more interesting about what I talked about today. can be just one thing. But make sure you email me today in order to get credit for class. If you have any questions on anything, you can also ask. And I hope you have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to be hearing back from everyone very, very soon. Goodbye.